This is my 10 before the end, or the 10 books I hope to finish before the year is out. This was a little bit more difficult to put together than I thought it was going to be, but I think I finally figured it out. I have Pretty Girls here by Karen Slaughter. I'm starting to get a little jaded with thrillers. I kind of am finding them to be a little redundant, but the reviews for this one that I've seen have been absolutely stellar. So I'm hoping this is going to like reignite my interest in the genre, and hopefully it works out. I have The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. I've heard amazing things about her books. I have this one and The Nightingale, but I've heard this one has wintry themes or takes place in winter. I think it takes place in Alaska, actually. So I figured that would be a good thing to read during winter. Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. Her books in general just intrigue me, like Babel and the new one that came out that I don't really know how to pronounce. But I figured I would start with the smallest of them, and this one is interesting concept, so we'll see how that goes. Now I'm counting these next two as one. It's just a book by Blake Crouch. I have Run and Recursion here. I've read 4 of his books, all of which I've rated 5 stars. So I would love to read some more and see if that streak continues. Now I've read a lot of Stephen King this year, and I have Carrie by Stephen King. This is the first book that he ever came out with, so I'd like to kind of go back to the beginning and start from the beginning and see how that goes. I also have Pet Sematary by him. I am holding on to spooky season with every ounce of strength that I have left. I don't know, well, I guess November doesn't count as spooky season. That's like automatically Christmas, even though it's a month early. So I'm hoping to finish this by the end of October. If it runs into November, I won't be mad at it. This next one is very ambitious. I've had this on my list for forever. It's been sitting on my shelf forever. A Little Life. I've wanted to read this for so long. It's a chunky one. It would be the biggest book that I've read. It's like just under 800 pages, but I'm so intrigued by it. And my interest in this for as long as I have had it has never wavered. So I think it's time to do that one. Another Stephen King, The Shining. I've heard this is a great one to read during the winter time, so let's do that. Another good winter recommendation, Beartown by Frederick Bachman. I read My Friends and wasn't totally impressed by it, but I absolutely loved his novellas, so I want to get into another full-length book by him, and obviously this is very wintry. I think this is a series, but I only have the first one. And then Wild Dark Shore. This book kind of came out of nowhere, but I've heard really good things about it, and I want to give it a shot. Again, another one, I think that one takes place in Alaska. So, you know, it's the end of the year. The end of the year is cold. So a lot of them are winter themed, but these are my 10 before the end. Let me know what your 10 before the end is. And if you think I should pluck any of these out and replace it with anything else, let me know in the comments. And until then, I will see you guys soon.